We'll see.
What's your thoughts about going up against Hopkins?
Same as usual.
What's that?
Same as it's always been. My past 2 years, y'all asked me the same question. Well, last year y'all asked me. Next question.
Is he one of the guys you really like going up against? I know you like going up against AB, you said.
Yeah.
Why? Do you guys talk a lot? You enjoy the banter back and forth, or just testing yourself against him?
It's a good matchup.
It's a pretty big change in mentality, Jalen, for the defense. Like, you guys have always had confidence, and now we'll see if we have the confidence. Why such a change?
We still got confidence, but we're going to see how the game goes.
You guys only saw Watson for the second half of the opener last year. What did you see in that from him? What did you see on tape this year?
Really good. All right.
That was Jalen Ramsey's entire press conference. It lasted just over a minute. I don't like this at all. You can't run your mouth for your first year in the NFL and then all the offseason, and now you want to get quiet as a church mouse. Some adversity hit. Pro Football Focus has him graded as the 45th best corner in the league right now. I don't like this. Is not good.
It's called humble pie. When the defense don't play real well and, you can't go out there and really talk, what's there to say? The defense hasn't shown up the last couple of weeks, so it's called humble pie.
I love Jalen Ramsey, but this is the problem. He has a mouthpiece like a boxer, right? I mean, he always talks as if he's the only one on the field. The problem is when you talk like that, you got 10 other guys you play with. So if you're going out there, which he played, I thought he played well. I thought he played okay. But the defense didn't, and the offense sure as heck didn't. So when you don't put those things together, but you're still out there talking, you give the reporters and these people right after the game an open shot at you because how you've been calling out half the league since the season started. So, like you said, humble pie, but also you got to come out and show that team respect. Hey, they played well, they did their thing, we're not playing well right now. You got to just backtrack a little bit without eating your own words.
They got a beat down from the Dallas Cowboys. That's what happened. And you're right, you have to eat humble pie. He would look like a fool out there talking about, man, you know what? I'm just as good as ever. I'm going to do this here, and that's what I'm going to do. You can't do that because you said it best. These are other pros he's playing against. He knows he's playing against somebody. Hold up, I know.
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
You have to back it up a little bit. They've lost 2 games in a row. You don't want to put that light on the football team. It's already enough light because anytime he plays against something, it's almost funny. I love to see what he's going to say. What do you think about something? Oh, he garbage. Like he said about Tyreek Hill. Hey, I'm a cornerback. He's like a gadget. I'm a cornerback. I'm an all-pro cornerback. So you have to tone it. You have 2 losses.
You can't go bipolar on me, though, Eric. You can't be one guy when things are good and then a completely different person when things are bad. There's something somewhere in the middle. Brian, you was a guy with a big personality, and football humbles everybody, but you just don't become a completely different person.
It does not look good for your brand when you're out there talking about how great you are and your team just took a drubbing. So you have to pull back. And I would surmise...
Okay, there's pulling back, and then there's backing the bus all the way into the ocean.
But I would surmise that either Marone or Coughlin had a conversation with him. Because remember, he got suspended earlier this year for something undisclosed. So they have leadership in that organization. So somebody has told him, hey, this ain't a good look, you need to pull back.
But I don't think he should stop. This is this defense's personality. They're going off of how, he's just so happened to be the guy that's talking the most. But they're really characterized by him going out and saying and doing the things they're doing and then backing it up. The problem is they just haven't been backing it up the last few weeks, so it's really nothing for him to say.
Exactly. What can he say? Tell me, what's he supposed to say?
He can be honest and be like, hey, look, I know we've looked bad the past couple of weeks, but I can guarantee you this.
You can't admit that.
The scoreboard admitted it.
He'd be better off saying, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
This is like Deion Sanders at the height of his power, taking off all his jewelry and taking his clothes off, the fancy clothes off, and just becoming the most humble guy in the league. It doesn't work like that.
Jalen's not Deion. That's not Deion.
But he put himself out there like he was.
He's not Deion.
No.
Deion was one of the few people, Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas were one of the 3 people that I would buy tickets to go see. Those guys were special.
What about me?
I hit you too hard. I hit you too hard.
Okay, listen. To me, Jalen, let's don't compare him to Deion Sanders. Let's compare him to Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is a guy that a lot of personality, talks a lot of trash, and he has backed it up a little bit now that he's with the 49ers, but he ain't backed it up to the point where this is 2 straight press conferences where the guy doesn't say anything. And I'm just saying, some of that energy he was feeding, that swagger and confidence he was feeding his teammates,
that's when
you
they
can't
were ranked
take it
number
all
one.
away.
Yeah.
That's when they were ranked number 1 in the league.
When you're winning, if he was winning, when you're winning,
Yeah.
no problem. We're going to say all the crazy stuff.
Right.
Oh, he's garbage. Oh, that team ain't not that good.
And then Richard Sherman had Russell Wilson. So you're going to win some games. You know who had quarterback for them. So.
And you don't have Fournette.
Okay, here's what. Y'all thinking he should back it up
Yes.
now that he's got the humble pie. The real solution is if things ever get back going well, pipe down then. Don't disrespect all the opponents. This guy's trash, this guy's trash. Tone that down.
No. When you're good, you want to tell everybody, here's my swag. But when things
So he's
are
a
going
front runner and he's going to badmouth everybody in the league, his peers. Talk about himself. Why has he got to talk about every other player?
When things are going bad and you're not winning, you have to have that humble pie. You have to have some humility.
Everybody has.
When you the top dog and you dogging people out, then you got the right to call them trash. Hey, that guy's trash.
But they asked him they asked you a straight question. You know, what do you think of Tyreek Hill? They asked him that. What do you think of Tyreek Hill? He said this before he played him. He said, he's like a gadget guy. I'm a cornerback. I'm a cornerback. I made pro cornerback. He was very clear about that. I think you asked him a direct question, he'll answer. But still, they've been losing. And, you know, as players, we understand the locker room. Man, you can't go out there mouthing off.
I can't believe you're saying this because it didn't matter whether you ran for 20 yards or 120 yards. You always wanted your money. And you let anybody know.
He still want his money.
You ain't never ate humble pie, but Jalen Ramsey got to eat some. All right, to the team.